Today I'm going to be showing you how I made a purple drip cake. Come join me. I started by mixing up my batter. I used 3 6-inch round cakes for this cake. After I finished cooking them, I wrapped them up in some wrap and I allowed them to cool for some time. Once they were cooled, I took the time to level these out and so that I could begin to stack the cake. I started stacking the cake by adding some buttercream to my cake board so it doesn't slide around as I'm decorating. And then I added the first one of the cakes for this. Added some buttercream and just smoothed that out a bit before adding the second layer of this cake. And I'm making sure right here that it is completely level, so I'm getting down low so I can see it straight on. Added more buttercream so that I could add the third layer to this cake. And I'm adding that third layer, and again I'm going to get low so I can make sure that this is level and that it's all straight. So now that it is, I'm going to crumb coat the cake. So I'm adding some icing to the top and then I'll do the same to the sides. So here I am just adding some icing to the entirety of the cake, and I will begin with smoothing this out so that I can start to decorate. And I'm working at getting all of this smoothed out. Paying careful attention to clean up any of the gaps that might be seen. Make it nice and smooth. I'm using a bench scraper here to make sure that I have an even coat of icing over the whole cake. You'll notice I'm just wrapping my arm around underneath, pulling that around to keep it one swoop across the whole cake. Now I'm working on coloring my buttercream icing into the 2 tones of purple that were requested. And then I began to prepare my bags. And once I had my bags all prepared, I was ready to begin putting the color onto this cake. So again, I'm adding the lighter of the 2 purples to the base of this cake. Adding an extra bit that I didn't have in the bag onto the top of this cake. And again, I'm working to smooth out this cake to make it nice and smooth. And again, using that bench scraper to do one swoop across the entire cake. I'm just scraping the top off so I can get some crisp edges. Now I'm adding a drip of buttercream icing. I thinned out this icing so that I can use it as a drip along the side of this cake. I'm doing drips about every ½ inch of the top of the cake. And periodically you'll see me waiting to make sure that the drips are going as far as I want them to go, waiting to see if I need to add more to each of the drips. And now that I have the drips the whole way around the cake, I am just putting the rest of this over top so that I can smooth it out on top and make it look like it's across the whole cake. And now that I have that done, I'm just kind of leaving a kind of a swirl design on the top of the cake instead of it being just flat. Now I'm adding some large rosettes in that darker blue tone that I prepared earlier, and I'm doing some stars, and I'm going to do another type of star too with a different tip. Here's the next type of star. And now I'm doing a star bottom for the border of the bottom of the cake. And this is using a 1M Wilton tip. And now I'm adding some edible glitter in the color purple onto the top and sides of this cake. And with that, it is a completed cake. This is what it looks like with a spin. And here is a view of the top of the cake. And I appreciate everyone coming to join. Thank you for coming. I encourage you to like, follow, share. Again, thank you for joining me.